your property taxes are a fraud, all right? Not too high, but an actual provable multi-trillion-dollar fraud scheme. Yeah, because right now, 42 million American households are basically paying inflated property taxes based on fabricated appraisals, taxes that could force you out of your home that you own outright. So this isn't like 2008. This is 60 times bigger. We're talking 17 trillion in fraudulent debt that's about to collapse our entire financial system. And nobody in power wants to know about it. So stick with me until the end, because I'm going to show you the one document that proves this fraud exists and the exact steps you need to take this week, right now, to protect your home before it's too late. So let me paint you a picture. Imagine working your entire life, paying off your home, and then losing it because you can't afford the property taxes anymore. Not because you made bad decisions, but because the system is literally rigged against you. That's already happening to thousands of Americans right now. I'm talking about veterans on fixed income, retirees who played by the rules, or young families just trying to make it all work out. It's not their fault, because I recently discovered the work of a man. His name is Mitch Wexler. And guys, what he's uncovered is absolutely mind-blowing. You got to read this article. I'm going to put a link below. This man is a real estate developer who stumbled onto something huge back in 2016. And he's been trying to sound the alarm ever since. But the crazy part is mainstream media won't touch this story. Why? Well, we'll get into that. But first, let me break down exactly what's happening, because this is information you need to know, especially if you're a homeowner and you're thinking about selling, buying, or even if you're going to rent. Okay, here's the problem, and I'll show you how deep this rabbit hole goes. I'm going to explain it in a way that makes sense, because this stuff really gets complicated really fast. Now, you know how every year you get that property tax bill, right? And every year it seems to go up. Well, there's a reason for that, and it's not inflation or rising home values. Here's what's actually happening behind the scenes. Schools and towns, they borrow huge amounts of money to build and fix things, right? But that debt doesn't go away quickly. It sticks around for years, sometimes decades, and the interest just keeps piling up. And at the same time, your tax bill is based on what the county says your home is worth on paper. And then when that assessed value drifts above what your home would actually sell for, you're taxed on a number that's not real, okay? And now add, say, rising costs that you feel every month, such as insurance, food, especially now, car premiums, just basic services, all right? So if your household only has a small cushion left over after the essentials, a few quiet increases can flip you from we're fine to we're falling behind, all right? None of this is about scare tactics, guys. It's about how the math shows up at your kitchen table. So let's talk about the money flow that's really not talked about. Most people think property taxes are the main lifeline for schools, or school taxes, or whatever it is. They are a big piece, but they're not the only piece, okay? So school districts also get money from the federal government, from your state, from sales taxes, and in many states from lotteries that are marketed as for education. So if all this money is flowing in already, why are property taxes still pushed so hard? That's the question. That's the right question. And the kind of uncomfortable, you would say, answer is that long-term debt, interest charges, and just one more project mindset keeps the treadmill running, all right? I've seen it happen in schools. They keep adding on these things that really aren't needed, and they can't afford it. When debts are stretched out and refinanced again and again, it takes more money each year to feed that machine, right? Even if student counts don't explode, and even if the buildings don't magically fall apart overnight, all right? And then the next problem I'm going to talk about is the appraisal problem, and what I call the built-in conflict. It's kind of where the story turns from confusing to wrong. Your tax bill depends on what the local appraisal office says your place is worth. On paper, that might sound fair until you look at who benefits when appraised values go up, right? The same system that wants more revenue to cover yesterday's debt also has a say in how high today's values are set. That's a real conflict of interest. So kind of I owed myself money and I got to decide how much you had to pay me back. I'd probably be generous to me, right? And in real life, that looks like homes' values are above real sale prices and neighborhoods comped against shiny remodels or bigger lots that just don't match your house. So you're not paying taxes on true market value, you're paying taxes on a target the office needed to hit, all right? Gotta realize this. So let's talk about a real story, kind of show you how crazy it kind of gets. It kind of will really stick with you. Imagine 2 brand new houses in the same subdivision. Same builder, same floor plan, same finishes, same street. Nothing special about one versus the other. The appraisal office assigns values. One comes in sky high, over $1 million. The other one comes in hundreds of thousands of dollars lower. Same house, different number, different bill. The owner who gets the big number pays thousands more each year for no real reason other than the system said so. And when you multiply that kind of gap across the whole community, you can see how fast the money can add up and how quickly trust breaks down. See it every day. When I go out on a listing, I see the property taxes. Some are so high and some are so low. It was $8,000 in one house and $5,000 in another house. And the square footage was the same. That's when we go in for the appeal. That's when we help our clients get the home reassessed. So who gets hurt here first? My people, my empty nesters. The squeeze kind of hits you quiet, steady people first. Retirees who paid off their mortgage. They wake up to $4,000 or $5,000 tax bills every year with no loan to blame. Maybe young families who stretch to buy a home find out that it isn't the price that breaks them, it's the monthly and the monthly taxes plus insurance plus everything else. Even renters feel because landlords then pass along higher taxes in the form of higher rent. No one is dodging the bill. It just shows up in different ways. So my question is, why are you rarely hearing a straight answer? So it's not a conspiracy board, right? It's basically incentives. Banks and underwriters make fees when bonds get issued. Rating agencies get paid when machine keeps moving, right? School boards are rewarded for new buildings and wins, not for saying no and fixing roof leaks the boring way. And politicians, they don't want to be the ones who say we can't afford this and take the blame. And news outlets rely on advertisers kind of tied to the same financial world, same type of thing. It doesn't mean everyone is bad. It means almost no one has a reason to stand up and say, slow down, show me the numbers, let's do less. Let's not do all this right now. So say if you're buying now, what do? Well, you still need a place to live, so you need to buy and have a plan. Don't stop at today's tax number on the listing. Ask yourself a simple question. If taxes rose 0.25% or whatever, would this home still work for our monthly bills? If not, then you have to pick a lower price or a different area where the tax basis is lower. You can go from one town to the next and just across the street, and taxes could be 10%, 30% more. So before you get attached to a house, have your agent check what's been happening locally with tax appeals. If many appeals are winning, there's a clue values are being set too high. And also get an insurance quote early, because rising premiums right now, they break more than budgets than people expect. Choose a home that would resell cleanly if rates or taxes go up a bit. This way, if your life changes, you're not stuck. That's kind of my recommendations there if you're buying. What do you do if you own a home? My empty nesters, what are you going to do? If your assessed value looks off, you can fight it with facts. You can print 3 to 5 recent sales near you that truly match your home. Same size, ballpark, same conditions, similar lots. Bring photos of anything that lowers your value, an older roof, older systems, window issues, prior water or mold fixes, and get written repair estimates so you're not arguing feelings, you're showing dollars and you're showing dates, okay? And put it all in a short, little package and file the appeal. At the same time, make your budget stronger. Try to keep 3 to 6 months of basics in savings. Pay down your debts. They can jump when rates move. Review your insurance once a year so you're covered for what you actually need. Just always keep looking. Just don't put it aside, set it and forget it. So if you're selling, say in the next year, what do? Well, today's buyers don't just ask how much, they ask What's the monthly? Taxes, insurance are part of that, right? We talked about that. So make your home earn the payment in a buyer's mind. Earn the payment in a buyer's mind. So important. What do? Well, we do a pre-home inspection. I talk about it in my book, Home Selling Sharks. We fix the easy and the scary stuff and make the home show like a model. That's in my other book, Model Home Mindset. Have clean, bright photos, simple staging, make it a clear story. Then price it with discipline, all right? You're not just competing against other homes, you're competing against the buyer's calculator. And when your home looks dialed in and the numbers make sense, you keep more of your equity. Buyers will pay you more. So how do you talk to these assessors behind the desk? I've been to these meetings. It's not fun. How do you talk to them? Well, when you meet them or you speak to a board meeting, skip the speech, all right? Just show the proof. Say what nearby homes actually sold for, show how your home differs in size, condition, or features, hold up the photos, written bids, end with one clear line. Just say, based on these sales and differences, my home should be valued at X, not Y, and that's it. People can argue, guys, with opinions. It's really hard to argue with simple facts, just clearly laid out in plain sight. Really important, you gotta be prepared. So what better rules would it look like, right? None of this really needs fancy tricks. We just need clean, independent standards for assessments that anyone can read and understand. We need school districts to post simple bond charts online so every voter can see the real cost over time. How much is principal? How much is interest? And when is it truly being paid off? We need limits on rolling old debt into new packages unless the old balance really drops. We need regular check-ins after big projects to prove the results match the promises. That's transparency. That's how families plan without feeling like the rules change in the dark, all right? So here are 7 moves you can start this week, something you can think about. First thing, request your full assessment file and the exact homes they use to price yours. What are they doing? Second thing is review the photos and details. Do these properties really match yours? Third, you want to gather proof of anything that lowers your value and get written estimates, all right? Then fourth, you'll file your appeal in a short, nice little calm letter with your evidence attached, okay? And number 5, I would say work with your neighbors. A group of really clear, fact-based appeals gets attention, okay? And number 6, attend a school board meeting early on. Ask for the projects list, the real lifetime cost, and outside review. And lastly, just email your local representatives, ask if they support audited assessments and easy to read bond schedules. Then save the replies, all right? And then, tighten up your own plan at home. Cancel what you don't use, review insurance once a year. Always review insurance every year, guys. Set up a small automatic transfer to savings and chip away at debt that can rise if rates do. And if you like a copy of the SMART checklist, just comment SMART move below and I'll send it your way. So what's my take and how can I help? Well, the people who win in this kind of market don't win by luck. They win because they prepare. They question numbers that don't make sense. They fix small issues before they become big price cuts. They buy and sell with a plan, not with fear. If you want that, I'm here to help. If you're here in New Jersey or Philadelphia area, just book a free room by room with me. We'll map low cost, high impact fixes, time your photos, and build a plan that protects your equity. But if you're outside my area, I can still help you. Just go to realdealagent.com. Just tell me about your home and your timing, and I'll match you with a proven listing focused pro who runs this prep first. Story smart plan, not the list and hope routine. And what we'll do is we'll vet them for you. We'll make sure that we'll stay with you during the process, make sure we hang in there with you. And it doesn't cost you anything more than you would normally spend. This system, guys, is a little messy, but you're not powerless. When you track your numbers, understand your market, and take action with your community, real change happens. If you just sit around and do nothing, nothing's going to change. And this breakdown did help you. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, drop your state and district in the comments, and share with one homeowner who needs a strategy right now. Who needs a strategy? Share my channel with them. All the great advice that I'm giving. And if you want to see where the next big opening in the housing market might be, don't miss my video, The Hidden Housing Opportunity No One's Talking About. It connects directly to what we just discussed, the data that could shift mortgage rates, buyer demand, and your window to sell. So stay calm, stay smart, and take the next right step. Knowledge becomes power when you use it.